Hello everybody, welcome to Royal Kitchen. Today I am going to make anrasa or ariselu in my Royal Kitchen. To make ariselu or anrasa, we have to take 2 kg of rice. I want to make ariselu with 1 kg of rice flour, but I am soaking 2 kg of rice here. Sometimes our jaggery syrup may soak more than 1 kg of flour at the time. We can't get the wet rice flour at that time instantly, so I don't want to take the risk. That's why I am soaking 2 kg of rice. We have to wash the rice cleanly with 3 to 4 times with water 3 to 4 times. You better take store rice, that is somewhat stout rice, because they will be soaked very well and gives better taste to the ariselu or anrasa than our regular thin and nice rice sold in the market. So first of all we have to cleanly wash and rinse the rice 3 to 4 times. I have washed the store rice. See, I have taken somewhat stout rice, that is the rice given to the poor people in the ration stores. We have to take that rice. I have cleanly washed it with 3 to 4 waters, and we have to soak it in a fresh drinking water. We have to soak the rice for 2 days, that is 48 hours, and we have to wash the rice every morning and evening, otherwise fermentation takes place and our rice gets sour in taste. So make sure that we have to regularly wash the rice and change the water for every 10 to 12 hours. So let us meet after 2 days. Till then, take care. For 2 days I have washed the rice with waters morning and evening. I have changed the water and washed the rice for 3 times in the morning and 3 times in the evening. Like that I have washed the rice and changed the water for 2 days. So our rice are being soaked for 2 days. Now we have to drain out the entire water and we have to strain the rice. See, I have transferred the entire rice into a strainer so that all the water from the rice drained out. We have to keep the rice in a strainer for 15 to 20 minutes so that the entire water in the rice gets drained out from the rice. I have kept the rice in a strainer for about 15 minutes in a vertical position like this. Now we have to transfer the entire rice onto the cloth and we have to spread the rice and we have to keep it under the fan for 15 to 20 minutes so that all the remaining water in the rice gets evaporated and absorbed by the cloth. So we have to spread the rice and keep the rice under the fan for about half an hour. Once in a while we have to mix the rice like this so that the remaining water in the rice may get evaporated and absorbed by the cloth which we have spread under the rice. Like this, once in a while we have to mix the rice and spread it like this. I am making the arisalu or anrasa in a traditional way. It takes more time than the instant arisalu, and this type of arisalu are more durable and more tasty than the instant arisalu which we made with flour and rice. I have taken 1250 ml of 1250 mg of jaggery to make the jaggery syrup for making arisalu with this syrup. To this we have to add 1 large cup of water. I am making 2 kg of arisalu with this 1250 mg of jaggery syrup. So for 2 kg we have to take 1250 mg of jaggery to make the syrup of it. We have to stir the jaggery once in a while until it gets dissolved into a syrup. We have to make a thick syrup out of it. Keep the flame in high and occasionally stir the jaggery like this. Let the water along with the jaggery comes to a boil. We have to cook the jaggery syrup. We have to make a thick syrup out of it. Once in a while we have to check whether the syrup is prepared well or not by putting some drops into the water, and we have to take it with the help of the fingers and make it round as a ball. So no, it is not a perfect consistency. We have to cook for some more time to get the perfect consistency of the syrup. Once in a while we have to stir it like this. Now take some syrup again and place it into the water, and we have to collect it with the help of the fingers like this. No, it is not get into a round shaped ball. We have to cook the syrup until it gets into a small round shaped ball when we pour into the water. Now we have to cook it for some more time. We have to cook the jaggery syrup into a perfect consistency. Once in a while we have to take some syrup into a plate which contains water and take the syrup with the fingers and give it a ball shape. We have to cook the syrup until it gets into a ball shape when we take it from the water. So this time let us check. And we have to collect it like this. See, let us cook some more time. We have to cook some more time. Still we have to cook the syrup. See, again we have to check the consistency of the syrup. We have to cook it some more time because the ball shape is not coming. We have to cook it for some more time. These are the tips we have to follow while making arisellu or anrasa. Otherwise our arisellu or anrasa may break out and we cannot make a perfect round shape of the arisellu if we don't make the syrup into a perfect consistency. See, once in a while we have to check the syrup and we have to cook it. Let us check this time. I hope this time we can get a perfect consistency. See, yes, this time we can able to make the syrup ball like this. See, when we throw the ball into the plate like this, it will gives a knocking sound of the syrup ball. See, our syrup is perfectly cooked. At this time we have to switch off the flame. See, our syrup becomes into a ball shape. When we throws it into the plate like this, it gives a knocking sound like this. We have to cook the syrup until we have to make the ball of a syrup, and when we throw it onto the plate, it gives a knocking sound like this. This is the perfect consistency to make the ariselu. See, again I will throw it. Please hear. This knocking sound should come out of the syrup ball. This is the perfect consistency to make ariselu. So this time we have to strain the jaggery syrup into a large vessel, because we have to add the rice flour also to make a dough of the ariselu. So we have to strain the jaggery syrup with the help of a strainer. We have to strain the jaggery syrup into a large vessel with the help of a strainer like this, because our jaggery may contain some what is called in English some weeds or some stones in it. See, some dust is filtered out from the jaggery syrup. We have to keep it aside for some time. See, this is our rice flour grounded from the what is called as the street grinder. To this jaggery syrup we have to mix 2 cups of grated coconut, 1 cup of sesame seeds, mix all of them well. We have to keep the flame in low while mixing the to this we have to mix the wet rice flour. See, our rice flour is still wet. We have needed this type of rice flour. See, it is still somewhat wet. We have to add the rice flour to the jaggery syrup, and we have to vigorously mix the rice flour with the jaggery syrup so that there should be no lumps formed into the dough. Again we have to add the rice flour And again we have to vigorously mix the flour with the jaggery syrup like this. Continuously we have to repeat the process until all the rice flour is absorbed by the jaggery syrup and our dough becomes into a tight and thick consistency. See, our jaggery syrup soaks the entire flour which we have added to it. Again add the flour. Again mix the jaggery syrup and the rice flour like this. It is somewhat thick now. Again add some more rice flour and mix it well. I have mixed all the flour into the jaggery syrup. See, we have needed this much of consistency in our dough, ariselu dough, to make a very fine unbreakable ariselu by this dough. See, let it cool for some time. We have to keep it aside for cooling. After that we can able to make ariselu with this dough. Take a rolling board and spread some butter paper on it. Take some oil in the hands and we have to take some anrasa dough and knead it like this. And we have to knead it into a smooth dough like this. Knead it and keep the dough aside for some time. Like this we have to knead the entire dough while making the anrasas. If there should be some lumps, please remove the lumps while making the anrasas, otherwise they will break down. I have kept the oil for heating. Oil and half ghee I am mixing to fry the anrasas. I am using desi ghee here to make the anrasas. Now from this dough we have to take a large lemon sized dough and give it a round shape. See, we have to make the round shape of the doughs first. Keep them aside. until the oil comes to a boil. We have to made these balls to make the anrasas. Whenever we make anrasas, we have to knead the dough at first, so that we can easily make a shape of the anrasas, and we can give the dough a round shape, easily give a round shape to the dough. If we won't knead the dough, when we are making anrasas, they may get breakdown. Like this we have to make all the ball sized doughs. Now grease some ghee to the butter paper, and we have to gently press the balls of anrasa dough like this and give it a round shape to make anrasas or ariselu. Make them somewhat thick in size, otherwise they may not puff up while frying. Don't make very thin anrasas. At least we have to make this much of thickness. While making the anrasas, we have to maintain this much of thickness. So see, our ghee is boiling now. We have to drop this anrasa into the oil. Slowly we have to drop the anrasa into the oil like this. Flip the anrasa like this. See, our anrasa got puffed up. See, we have to take one large plate, and on that we have to place another small plate like this, and we have to keep the anrasa, fried anrasa, and press it gently like this, so that we can remove the excess oil from the anrasa or ariselu. I am removing the excess ghee from the anrasa. See, the excess ghee in the anrasa is coming out of the ariselu. We have to gently press the anrasa like this, and we have to remove the excess ghee from that. And take this into a serving plate. See how beautiful our anrasa is looking like. It is very hot now. It is not even broken out. It is intact from all the sides. See, it is intact. The dough in that has not come out of the anrasa. If you follow the steps which I have showed to you, you can get a perfect anrasa from the dough. See, again we have to gently press it. If you want to make a sesame anrasa, I have already added the sesame seeds into the dough while making the anrasa dough. Again, if you want to make it more beautiful, you can spread the sesame seeds on the anrasa like this. On either sides you can spread. See, I have made the dough perfectly so that when I flip the dough on the rolling board also, it is not breaking out. The dough and the jaggery syrup are perfectly cooked. Again, we have to place one anrasa into the oil, or here I am using ghee to fry the anrasas. Don't flip it. The anrasa will float on the oil itself. When it floats on the oil, then only we have to flip it. Otherwise it will break out. See, it is floating on the ghee now, so at this time we have to flip it. See, it is puffed up very well. On either side of the anrasa is puffed up. Now take out the anrasa from the pan, and again we have to press it to remove the excess ghee in the anrasa like this. See, the excess ghee is coming out of the anrasa. Now again place it on a serving pan. See, our sesame seeds are looking beautiful and our anrasa is perfectly made. Like this we have to fry all the anrasas. We have to fry the anrasas until they get into golden brown color. One should make sure that when we are making the jaggery syrup, when we take the jaggery syrup from the water, it gets into a ball shape, and when we throws it onto the plate, it gives a knocking. It should give a knocking sound. When the jaggery syrup becomes round shape and it gives a knocking sound, means the syrup is perfectly cooked. And when we mix the rice flour into the jaggery syrup, our flour should be wet. We have to mix the wet flour only into the jaggery syrup, and we have to mix the flour and the jaggery syrup vigorously and make sure that there should be no lumps formed in the dough. When the jaggery syrup absorbs all the rice flour and it stops absorbing the rice flour, until then we have to add the wet rice flour to the jaggery syrup. And when it stops absorbing the rice flour, we have to stop adding the rice flour to the jaggery syrup. And before making and frying the anrasas, we have to knead the dough like a wheat dough we used to knead. So before kneading is compulsory, otherwise we can't get the round shape of the under sauce, and we have to give a thick shape, not very thin. This much of thickness we have to maintain while making the under sauce, otherwise they will break out. See, our under sauce are cooked well from inside and outside. See, they are crispy and crunchy from outside and smooth and tender from inside. Crispy and crunchy from outside and smooth and tender from inside. So we have to maintain this much of tips and tricks while making the under sauce. Anyone can easily make the under sauce if you follow these tricks and tips showed by myself. These are the tips and tricks told by my dear mom to me. She taught me how to make under sauce and all the sweets, pickles and all the recipes. He taught me how to make. We should not flip the under sauce until it floats on the oil, otherwise it may stick to the bottom of the pan and stick to the ladle also. See, our under sauce is not sticked at all. Stick to the bottom of the pan, either of the bottom of the pan or on the ladle. We have to maintain all these rules while making the under sauce. And lastly, we have to remove the excess ghee from the under sauce. We should not eat anything excess. It proves to be bad to our health. So we have to remove all the excess ghee or oil in the under sauce. See, our under sauce have not even broken. All our under sauce are intact and they are looking so beautiful and yummy, delicious. I have to distribute all these under sauce among my brother, sister and my mother, my in-laws. While dropping the under sauce into the ghee, we have to keep the flame in low. Otherwise, the ghee may rise to our face and hands and it may cause burns to our hands and face. So all these precautions we have to maintain while we cook the food. I have made all the under sauce. See, all are not even broken and the dough inside has not even come out of the under sauce or ariselu. If you follow the tips and tricks showed by me, you can get the perfect under sauce like this. These are the tricks and tips taught by my loving mom. I hope all of you would like my recipe. If you really liked my recipe, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching my channel. I will be back to you with one more new recipe. Till then, take care. Thank you.